This is a big relief to our family. I can breathe so much easier. I don't have to live in fear of violent, bloody death threats.
After a months-long investigation, a man suspected of creating vile, graphic memes of local officials has been arrested. Liz Ryan spoke to one of his targets.
The memes posted to the social media platform Blue Sky were abhorrent. They were gruesome depictions of County Commissioners Ann Taylor and Krista Joseph with blown-off heads and blood-streaked faces. And we don't yet know why. But the memes also depict County Attorney Rich Commando as the aggressor. He was photoshopped in with a bare chest and bulging muscles, dressed up like a boxer in some, and in a Rambo stance with a machine gun in others. Taylor and Joseph's nightmare of living with these threats and not knowing where they're coming from is finally over. The suspect, 45-year-old Nathan James Keys of St. Augustine, has been arrested on charges of threats against a public official and attempting to destroy evidence. Commissioner Taylor described her emotions.
Beyond relief, beyond grateful to the St. Johns County Sheriff's Department. They've been working on this for several months, and I'm so grateful that with every dead end that they hit, they did not stop and they didn't give up. There's no words for what a relief it is to not only me, but also my family.
You may recall last year's elections were very contentious. Attack ads flashed on our TV screens, and our mailboxes were stuffed with negative ads almost daily.
I really thought that after such an ugly election with so many lies and so much vitriol and that things would have calmed down. Not only did they not calm down, but they picked up and got terribly violent. I had no idea that once I was elected, things would be so violent and the threats would come as they have.
According to court records, Nathan Keys has been released on $7,500 bail with the conditions he wear a tracking device and have no contact with the victims. The documents also indicate he has retained attorney Shoemaker to defend him. Shoemaker also represented him back in 2008 when he faced charges of aggravated assault and discharging a firearm from a vehicle. For that, he was sentenced to 3 years in prison and 4 years probation. Records show that in 2013, he was granted early termination from probation.
This local news is a service of your hometown Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota in St. Augustine, conveniently located off I-95 at exit 311. St. Johns County Commissioner Christian Whitehurst is voicing concern about the rise of threats and intimidation against public officials. Speaking after serving on the state's Finance, Tax, and Administration Committee, Whitehurst said one policy proposal aims to shield certain executive staff information from public record to enhance safety.
We are trying to propose policies to the state legislature that will help make our counties better. One of the policies that is recommended by the Finance, Tax, and Administration Committee was passing a recommendation to make executive staff information exempt from public record.
Whitehurst shared how a fellow commissioner from Citrus County described staff members' children receiving threats simply because of their parents' public roles.
Not only has there been an increase in political violence, but there have been multiple polls that show that there's an increase in acceptance in using political violence to achieve political means.
He pointed to a local social media page where violent comments toward officials were left online for hours, underscoring his call for civility.
In fact, it got a few likes. We're all accountable for our actions. We're all accountable for our votes.
In other news, the Hudson Companies is looking to buy Marineland. The oceanfront property, which straddles St. Johns and Flagler counties, has gone into bankruptcy. The Hudson Companies has placed a bid of $3.5 million. The Hudson Company is one of the biggest developers in Northeast Florida, owning several developments, most notably Silverleaf, which is projected to be comprised of nearly 16,000 homes when it's fully built out. A notable member of the Hudson family is former State Senator Travis Hudson, who is now employed by the St. John's Clerk of Court as Government Affairs Advisor, a position created specially for the former senator. In last week's newscast, you may have heard our chat with Jamie Perkins talking about the Redevelopment 25 celebration. That was supposed to take place last week but was rained out. They've set a new date of October 30th. That will be your chance to party on the rooftop of the historic downtown parking garage and enjoy the music of the Palmetto Pickers and pick on free snacks. Again, that's Thursday, October 30th from 5 till 8. For St. Augustine's Local Morning News, I'm Liz Ryan.
And now you're up to date with St. Augustine's Local Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.